I'm so happy to see so many of you sitting there in Manipur, all the way from here, from Delhi. And I would first of all like to say that I feel very honored that all of you are there to listen to me and to hear what I have to say. Look, elections are around the corner. We are in the middle of them. And you have all sorts of politicians like me from outside Manipur also coming to address you and to tell you what we think and to tell you, about our policies and how we're going to move Manipur forward in development. What's most important here really, as I said before, is how much respect is there for Manipur and the Manipuri people in all these political parties, etc., that come to speak with you. Now, everybody will tell you that Manipur is the jewel of the Northeast. But is everybody treating Manipur like the jewel of the Northeast or not? That is really the fundamental question. And with the BJP and its allies, it's very, very clear that they say these things at the time there is an election so that you should elect them. Once they are elected and they come into power, then they ignore the Northeast, they ignore Manipur. And they ignore Manipur because politically they don't think that it is important to them. It is their mindset, which is a mindset where everything has to be uniform and everything has to be imposed from the center, that allows this ignoring to happen. The fact is that Manipur's people, Manipur's traditions, Manipur's cultures, Manipur's way of being is absolutely essentially equal to any other in this country, which means that you should be respected fully. There should be full democracy, full respect, full enabling for your culture, for your traditions to flourish. Now, there is a diversity of cultures in Manipur. You have the bamboo industry, you have medicine and aromatic plants, cash crops like cashew, walnut, orange. You have huge potential in hydroelectric power generation. As the lady before said, you also have huge potential in tourism. Why is none of that being tapped for the progress of your state? Why are the discussions always everything else but development? What the Congress party is proposing is a politics of development for Manipur. What you have seen in the last 5 years is a completely different style of politics. Right from the beginning of the formation of this government, there was an undemocratic behavior and process. What happened? You elected the Congress party, but you got another government. The process which was used to give you that government, the pressurizing, the bullying, the bribing, brought that government into power. Now, when a government comes into power on that fundamentally wrong basis, what are its actions going to be like? It has continuously disrespected the mandate of 2017. Not only were MLAs bought, there was corruption, there was manipulation, there was pressurizing tactics, but the result of that was that it neither brought peace to your state, nor did it give you new jobs, employment opportunities, nor did it strengthen all these beautiful resources that you have. You have, as I said, beautiful natural resources that could be strengthened into a really vibrant tourism industry. What's actually happened is that your health index is very low. The amount that is spent on health in Manipur is shockingly low. Not only that, during COVID and the lockdown, it was very visible how Manipur is being ignored. You had a very, very weak response to COVID. Even the vaccination rates were low. The death rates were phenomenally high considering the population of Manipur. And the lockdown affected businesses all across the state. It created a lot of stress, a lot of pressure on small businesses, on medium-sized businesses. Of course, tourism, to whatever extent is there, also would come to a standstill. And the result was increase in unemployment, increase in price rises, and as you know, rampant corruption. Aside from this, when there is no employment available in the state, as I said earlier, migration takes place to a large extent. People try to look for jobs elsewhere outside the state, and they have to leave home to do that. That in itself is actually unfair. With all the potential that Manipur has, jobs should be easily provided within the state itself. The problem is that there is no will to do any of this. That the will is to remain in power, and the will is to come to power using any means and remain in power using any possible means. With that kind of politics, it's impossible for the state to develop. To develop the state, you need a politics that understands the state, understands and accepts all your voices, understands what your main problems and issues are, and really works hard to resolve those issues. Like, for example, women in Manipur, I'm so proud of all of you because you're so strong and you stand up for your people every time that there is a need. You actually keep the culture and the history of Manipur alive. Yet there are so many crimes against women. It's just rising every day. There's bad health services, bad education services, low quality of education, low quality of schools and hospitals. And despite the Ima Kaitel structure, which was started during the Congress time and strengthened throughout, where actually women get the opportunity to stand on their own feet and to be strong financially also, you are the pride of Manipur. And yet, during this corona lockdown, you also faced so many problems. The markets were badly managed, and prices of bananas rose. There was no control on those prices, and you had a lot of difficulty. So for that, see, again, you need a government that recognizes the equality of women. I am constantly striving to bring women forward, to create an atmosphere in the politics of the country where women are given equal representation in political space, especially now in Uttar Pradesh, the work I'm doing. So we have a different mindset. The mindset of the BJP towards women is not the same as the mindset of the Congress. The Congress party considers women as equals. The BJP's ideology can never consider women as equals. Therefore, with a government which is an alliance with the Congress party, it will be possible for women to be emancipated. It will be possible for them, and this is one of our promises, to get 33% of all the government jobs that are provided in Manipur. We are also promising free public transport for women, and we want to improve the management of the Ima Kaitel a lot so that you don't face the kind of problems you faced during the COVID and the lockdown. So basically, what I'm saying is that unless you have a politics in the state which respects your state, which respects your people and respects your culture, but truly respects it from the heart, not respects it only at the time of election when votes are being cast, then only will the development of Manipur take place. You have huge problems you're facing. You're facing huge inflation, price rises, you're facing unemployment, you're facing a lack of health and education services, you're facing crimes against women. These are all increasing because the government does not have the will to work for you. It depends on dividing you, it depends on creating divisions, on religion, on ethnicity, because that's the only way that politics progresses. The Congress party is proposing to you a politics for development, which develops your state as a whole, all of you, no matter which tribes you belong to, no matter what the ethnicity or the religion is. We only want to focus on developing your state, making the infrastructure strong, building your roads so that you have a good infrastructure, giving you jobs, creating new opportunities in tourism, creating better irrigation for the farmers of Manipur, creating better opportunities for the women of Manipur. That's why we are asking for you to support us in this election, because we are seeing that the politics of the last 5 years has hurt Manipur, and it has hurt you. And we want to fix that. We want to move you forward. We want to create a beautiful, thriving state in which everything is available in your state itself, whether it is jobs, whether it is opportunities, for new businesses to start, all of that. So the Congress Party and the Progressive Alliance are proposing many new things for the coming years. I'm going to read out some of them so that you're aware of what all we are proposing. So we are proposing to give an unemployment allowance to all the youth of Manipur. We are proposing a law that ensures the right to free healthcare for all of you. So healthcare will now become a right for you, which means that it is due to you from the government. So the condition of healthcare will significantly improve with that. We promise to protect civil liberties and democratic rights of all sections of Manipuri society. Every section is important to us and valuable to us. We promise that all of you will be protected, and as I said before, the cultures and traditions of each different tribe, each different group, each different ethnicity, each different religion will be respected. We are proposing a plan in which you will have drinking water in every habitation in Manipur within the next 5 years. As I said before, the autonomous district councils are very important to us. We not only want the elections to be held regularly, but we also want them to be strengthened and to get more power so that your voices are heard fully. We are also proposing an MSP for paddy and irrigation infrastructure that will be able to move single cropping to double cropping and will be able to also hopefully give you a very reliable supply of fertilizers, unlike what is happening today where supply is very erratic. In addition to this, we would protect the preamble of our constitution because we truly, truly believe in it. And we would secure the territorial integrity of Manipur and its historical boundaries. To protect the federal structure of India as a union of states is what we feel is our democratic duty to our nation. We will protect your civil rights and your freedoms, and not only in one section of society, but in every single section of society, because we truly believe that that is what this nation was built on. To promote and protect communal harmony in Manipur is very, very important. Divisiveness has been sowed into society for political gains of certain political parties. We intend to promote harmony, to promote peace, and to do whatever we can to keep the people of Manipur united so that all of you can flourish together. For the EWS section, we also propose the right to free healthcare along with provision of Sorry, I've just noticed that I read the same point again. So we know that there is a big drug menace also in Manipuri society. By the way, I remember, sorry I'm interrupting my own speech, but I remember many, many years ago, I think almost 20 years ago, when my mother came to give her first speech in Manipur, she was very shy and she was reading from papers. And she started reading and she got lost. So she started reading the wrong thing. And then she suddenly said, oh my God, I've read the wrong thing. And she was in a big public meeting with thousands of people. And when she came home, she told me, I got lost. I said to those people, everybody standing there, I was so embarrassed. I said, I've lost my page. And they all shouted back, don't worry, Sonia, we love you. So I know that your love for my family has been deep and old, and I got reminded of that just now when I reread the same page again. So I hope you realize and know that the love between my family, the Congress Party, and the people of Manipur always remains strong. And that all these promises that we make, we intend to deliver on. We are not making them just because the elections are around the corner. We want to be given the opportunity to work hard for you and to develop your state the way it should be developed so that it flourishes and it becomes the hub of all your employment opportunities and it becomes a beautiful sort of destination for the rest of the country. It's well connected to the rest of the country, and you yourself are able to stand on your own feet. Providing safe drinking water and an uninterrupted power supply is one of our major goals in Manipur. We also want to ensure that the one-crop farmers become two-crop or three-crop farmers in the next 5 years. We want to fight the drug menace, which is sort of spreading vastly in Manipur. And the ways to fight this, of course, is to provide support, counseling, etc. But it's also to provide employment opportunities. Because the reason a lot of these things happen is because there's depression due to unemployment and lack of opportunity. So all in all, I would like to say that the Congress Party is truly committed to giving you a strong government that is Manipuri, for the people of Manipur, for the development of Manipur. Our primary goal is development. We want a peace and harmonious society to move forward all together in a united way and to be able to provide every opportunity for Manipuris in Manipur itself. So thank you very much for listening to me and for coming in such large numbers. I hope that you will give the Congress Party the opportunity to form a government in Manipur with all its alliance partners, and that you will finally get a government that is for Manipur and works taking into consideration all your needs, all your voices as one whole. Thank you very much. Have a good day. It's been lovely to see all of you.